Attorney Pat Seville says he doesn't believe audio recordings from Port Board executive sessions should be in the hands of Port GM Joanne Brown. According to minutes from a December 19 board meeting, the board's legal counsel, Attorney John Bell, ordered the board's secretary, Shelley Gibson, to hand over the tapes to Joanne Brown, who was, at the time, still in her acting position. Seville says what's in the tape could be crucial to the investigation launched by the port against his client and others who were recently fired from the port.
The port's secretary, the board secretary, is sort of disinterested. You know, it's her job to keep the records and things like the tapes, and she doesn't really have an interest in the outcome of any disputes.
Joanne Brown, on the other hand, says the tape was handed to her for safekeeping. She tells PNC News that at the height of the controversy, the port was not operating under normal circumstances. Therefore, the tape was given to her to ensure it wasn't tampered with.
You think about it from Joanne Brown's point of view, you know, the tape is potentially a hot potato. Why would she want to be holding it? Mm-hmm. So now you're putting the tape in the possession of somebody who has an interest in the outcome, and that's you know that just raises some concerns. It doesn't make people feel more secure. Mm-hmm. It makes people feel less secure.
That interest, Seville points out, is that Brown is now the GM, a position that once belonged to Seville's client, Mary Torres.
She is now the general manager. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's her. I think and my understanding is that she got from whatever her previous position was, the general manager of the port represented a significant pay raise for her. It's a bigger agency than DPW.
Mary Torres was fired from the Port Authority last month after she was accused of corruption at the port. Torres maintains that her termination was politically motivated. 6 other employees were also terminated, one of whom was the port marketing manager, Bernadette Stern-Meno. It was Meno's medical travel request that prompted the investigation. Meno, along with 6 other employees, were fired for allegedly falsifying information on her workers' compensation and travel request documents. Some of the fired employees are appealing their termination with the Civil Service Commission. Information that could prove the employees' guilt or innocence could be on those executive session tapes.
When the board decided to deviate from established procedure, mm-hmm. That just raises red flags.